about the heart being hardened, it would be as if our hearts have become stone. The wording here for talking about the hardness of their heart was that their hearts were like rocks, and nothing could penetrate, because all they saw was the time that it was, the location they were in, and what they didn't have. And their hearts became hardened to the reality of what Christ can do. And even when they saw him do the miraculous, their hearts had been so hardened by their lifetime of experience of seeing things a certain way and hearing things a certain way and understanding things only within the framework of their own human perspective in their short view. Their hearts were like rocks. I know what I know. I've been doing this for 57 years. I've been doing this for 80. I already know. I know how this is going to work. I've seen this crossroad before, and because I've seen it so many times, I've heard it so many times, I remember it back in the 40s and the 50s and the last week, and because I've seen it so many times, let me just tell you how it's going to work out. That's a hard heart. Because our eyes have seen so much, and because we've been instructed so much by our minds and the culture around us, we've seen it on CNN so many times that our hearts have become hardened to the truth of Christ, that God wants to do a new thing. He is speaking to you. You are his disciple. Yes. You don't have CNN for insight. You don't have MSNBC or Fox News or whoever it is. You have the blood of Christ and Christ with you speaking to you. Amen. But our hearts become hardened to the things of God because we're seeing and hearing and missing Christ at the same time. What Jesus is telling his disciple, what Jesus is telling you and I this morning, is he's looking for those who are learners of Christ, who spend their lives seeking the things of Christ, wanting to know Christ and seeing Christ in every situation. He's looking for soft hearts that are willing to give what they have and who they are to him, so that he can mold us in his image, so that he can put his thumbprint on our speech, on our ways, on our thoughts, on our actions, so that we are so molded in his image that we begin to look like him, that the blood of Christ and the cross of Christ and the reality of Christ becomes the softness of our heart. I know you've experienced it 500 times before, but on the 501st time, search the Lord afresh. Amen. Yes. You know what you know. And it has served you well for 38, 39, 47, 87 years. You've been right all this time. But in this moment, God says, trust me. Yes. Search me. Let me move upon your heart. Let me be your wisdom. And these disciples, and we disciples, are so shaped by this world that is not our home, that we are no longer citizens of, that he has now called us into a heavenly existence, where heaven is our home. We're just now strangers passing through, but we've allowed our hearts and our minds to be so shaped by the world that we can't hear Christ and learn and build. You have seen him do the miraculous. He has shown you. He has saved you. He has scooped you up from where you were face down in the mud. He stood you back up on your feet again. And now when we get into a situation, oh, what am I going to do? And we lose our minds, and we're spending money and searching in places and things, trying to find an answer. And Christ says, I am with you. They're disciples. They're doing the work of Christ. They've seen Christ, and they missed him. So the first model that he has to give is to his disciples.